nature is basically defined in the Oxford Dictionary as the phenomena of the physical world collectively. Phenomena means sun rises in the east, sets in the west, there is gravitational force. These are all called as phenomena, things that occur around us. They are called as phenomena, including plants, animals, the landscape, and other features and products of earth, as opposed to humans or human creations. Humans and human creations are not part of nature. So, in the modern scientific way, as far as modern science goes, study of nature or creation is done like this. Creations, as we see it, that is nature. Okay, that the study of all these creations is called as science, and they are in these different terms, like whatever you told: physical laws, which is physics; chemical composition, which is chemistry; biological phenomena, which is biology. Okay, now let's take a look at what involves study of nature or creation according to the Vedic way. So, how we study nature or creation, the Vedic way is, the first thing that is studied is Ishvara, the Supreme Lord. Then we study the energies of that creator. He is a supreme energetic. So we study the energies of this creator, or the energetic, supreme energetic. And okay, now observe very carefully. This is important information. There are three basic categories of energies. Actually, the Lord has innumerable, millions and millions of energies. Like in my body, I have physical energy, right? I can walk, I can run, I can lie down, I can roll, I can do whatever I want. This is physical energy. Then there could be chemical energy. In my body, there are chemicals being produced, right? Uric acid is being produced, bile juice is being produced, acids are being produced, saliva is a chemical that is being produced. All of these are chemicals, right? So I have chemical energy. I have a little bit of electrical energy also, right? Little electrical energy, static force is also there in the body. So in my body, I have different energies, different forms of energies are there. But the Lord has innumerable energies. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. The Upanishads say that Parasya Shaktir, Shakti means energy. And it is said by the Upanishads that the Lord has innumerable, Parasya means many, many, countless energies. But all of these energies are classified under three. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Bala Kriyacha. This is what the Upanishads say. So the Lord's energies, though they are multifarious, they are innumerable, they are divided into three categories. The first category is his internal energy. Okay? Internal energy, which is called as Antaranga. Antaranga means internal. Antaranga Shakti. Then there is the external energy, Bahiranga Shakti. So this is the second category of energy. Then there is marginal. This energy is called as Tatastha. Stha means to be situated. Tat means the bank or the shore. When you are on the bank of a river, you can either be on land or you can either be in the water. Okay, so you can go into water or you can be on dry land. The dry land can be compared to the Antaranga Shakti, and water can be compared to Bahiranga Shakti. I am standing on the bank, I am known as marginal energy. And then the manifestation of the external energy, which is Maya Devi or Durga Devi, they are two. Okay, one is Pradhana and the second is modes of material nature or Maya. guna. Okay, so these are the two classifications under, again, broad classifications under Bahiranga Shakti. Pradhana means material elements, modes of nature means gunas, okay, or Maya. All right, so these are the two under Bahiranga Shakti. Now, what we are going to see, the study of nature, is the study of the Bahiranga Shakti, or the external energy of the Lord. That is what we are going to study now.